Right, you ready?
I've probably got better things I could be doing, but yeah, go on.
This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and wonders how you panic by tomatoes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 240 of MovieDrone. I'm all on my own. Steve.
No, I'm sitting here, Marc.
I'll explain in a minute
Okay.
what I mean by that. But what do you mean panic by tomatoes?
Well, we've got a big salad shortage, apparently. It's going to go on for a few weeks. And apparently everyone's rushing out to buy tomatoes and cucumbers. And there's like people who are picking up like 10 packs of tomatoes and 5 cucumbers. How? What? Why? What are you going to do with them?
I don't know. I mean, they keep in the fridge, don't they, for quite a while?
Do they, though?
Yeah.
Do they? Because by the end of the week, mine have gone wrinkly and a bit janky.
Shitty fridge, isn't it, though? You got that big American fridge.
Well,
yeah, shit.
I just don't understand. Like toilet roll, I mean, you're always going to use it, ain't you? I kind of got it.
Saying
All right.
that, Jill said the other day, can I pick up a cucumber and some peppers? I went, you're having a laugh. Ain't going to be none of them around. But I managed to get the last 2 cucumbers in M&S.
2, you needed 2, did you?
I did, yeah. And I bought 6 peppers. Managed to get 6 peppers in Morrison's.
Right.
And she said, why have you bought 6 peppers? I don't know.
Because you thought they were limited edition.
They were there.
I just went to the shop and picked up normal amount of stuff, and that's all we've used. I don't get it. I can't.
Well, I've got some peppers if you want.
It don't work in my head, mate. I just
If anyone needs some peppers and a cucumber, I've got some.
got extras.
Better get them quick.
It'll be liquid by the end of next week. Cellophane wrapper all liquidy.
So have you been?
I've been all right, mate. I had, unfortunately, last week the most disappointing curry I've ever eaten.
Homemade or?
No. We was on our way home from dropping the kids off. Both agreed that couldn't be asked to cook. She said, I don't want a janky takeaway. And I was like, you just pick what you want. And she said, Maharani's on there, mate.
Right.
So I went, curry it is then. And I normally have the same shit every time.
Right.
Decided to change. Should have looked further into it. I heard lamb. I heard pineapple. That was enough for me.
No. Lamb and pineapple in the same thing.
I thought that sounds intriguing.
That don't go. That does not go.
It was one of them coconutty creamy ones, so no taste at all, really. I had to rely on my keema naan to give it anything.
Bland one.
Bland, mate. I would have eaten bland. I would have took bland.
I mean, the proof is in the description.
I didn't look. I panicked.
Lamb and pineapple.
I was fixing the washing machine at the time, trying to drain 25 litres of water out of it because she got one of them fucking colour catchers in the motor again. So I had to drain it all out and just went, yeah, that sounds lovely. I'll have that. Rank, mate. Little's birthday on Monday, so I was sitting on the sofa, fully dressed by 6 o'clock, opening Pokemon cards.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, apparently we had some amazing pulls. I can't believe you got 2 pulls out of 1 pack. Don't even know what this shit means.
You sure? Because you've been studying it, haven't you?
I'm on to level 21 now. I don't want to break. I've overtook him. He don't like it. I'm winning, basically. But even it all up, mate, I woke up Saturday morning and I went, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. It was sunny, wasn't it? It was sunny. Beautiful day it was. Said to her, let's go to a garden centre and buy all your seeds and shit. She wants to do one of these greenhouse things this year with the kids. Went to garden centre. Had a little potter. Got some compost and seeds and stuff. Yeah, it's been fucking freezing cold and shit ever since. So my fault.
At garden centres, you get quite a bit there now.
Not at the moment. Not apparently until March.
No, but I mean other stuff. Like clothes and shit. Like clothes and...
Yeah, I'm not quite at that age for them clothes yet. I'll be honest with you, mate. Not quite there yet.
I was talking to Jill the other day about the possibility of maybe getting a hat.
Okay.
Start wearing a hat.
Okay.
I don't know what sort of hat.
One in ones with a pheasant feather in it or something like that.
I would just fancy, I don't know, like I don't know, flat cap or...
Would you go for a trademark one? Would you be like, there's Flat Cap Steve, or would you just vary your hats per day?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd go for a flat cap. I think it's something different. But I have trouble finding them in my size, don't I?
Yeah.
I'd have to go to a professional hat
So
maker.
you need a hat aimed at children.
Yeah.
What party hat then?
So I just have to go to a professional hat maker.
A milliner.
Yeah. So is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, it'd be quite expensive. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a couple of years.
Yeah. Get elastic one. Go for beanies.
That would be cool. Flat Cap Steve.
Flat Cap Steve, yeah. We got a few of the lads at work who wear them, and it appears unironically. But you get all these 30-year-olds walking, like 30-year-old bricklayers and plumbers and that, walking around with their flat caps on. I can't work out if they're taking the piss or not. Do you know? Yeah, you look at them and you're not sure whether that's taking a piss.
Maybe I'll leave it there.
But, it was great because I dehydrated some spring onions the weekend in my dehydrator.
I mean, it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I've got to get dry biomass for my uni experiment.
Right.
And I didn't fancy running an oven for 2 days.
Right.
So I'd used the dehydrator for the first time. Amazing.
Yeah, good.
4 hours, nothing left of them, just dry onion.
Good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Put them straight in the bin because they weren't no good after. But we got there, mate. Other than that, a little bit of shit news again. Don't want to go into it.
Right.
But how's your week?
What do you mean shit news?
Do you know when you just get a load of shit news and you just think, for fuck's sake, life is shit.
It's a bit of shit at the moment.
Yeah, a bit shit. Yeah, shit.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I
shouldn't have brought it up, really. Like one of them Facebook ones, wasn't it? At the hospital. What's up, hun? PM me. Yeah.
Oh, I do love those. Pinky's gone. He only it's gone.
Dead.
So I'm all on my own, and that's what.
Did it pop?
No, it just went. I don't know what it was. I think it just appeared.
Have you got a stain on your pillow at home?
No, there's nothing.
Something must have happened, mate. You don't just go.
Honestly.
Even your growth couldn't put up with you.
Yeah, I know. It just obviously just came to answer the question, give me a moment of joy in my otherwise horrible work life at the moment, and yeah, it just came and gave and went.
R.I.P.
Sacrificed
Pinky.
itself. So there we go. So yeah, probably going to be shit at it today. But there was a few people concerned. Thank you to a few people saying I should go and get it done, especially Eric from WTM said I should go downtown and get it done. But, great, as Luke said, the British way of dealing with it. I just forgot about it.
Ignored it, and you proved you're right. It went away.
Exactly. There we go.
Basically a doctor, mate, isn't it?
Yeah. I did my half marathon at the weekend. That went well.
Yeah? Shit yourself?
No.
Piss yourself?
What did I shit myself?
Because you told me last week that's what people do. They always shit themselves running around.
I said on the marathon. I mean, if you run quick...
half a shit then?
If you run quick enough, then you just get round. No, I didn't need one this time. I just ran round and that was it. Quite
Did
good.
you win?
No, I didn't. No. But I was all right. I was like 291st out of 1,500.
Oh, well done.
Right. Yeah. I went to the piss room at Hampton Court. I went to where... what's his name? Who was at Hampton Court? Henry VIII.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And you went. I went round his house, like where he used to be at Hampton Court. And as I was walking around, I went, "Do you know, it smells of piss? I think someone's pissed somewhere." And it turns out that there was actually an old toilet, and the fucking place still stunk of pee. Obviously, didn't have air fresheners or nothing. Yeah, stunk. So yeah, I don't know whether someone had used said old toilet recently, but. It was, how old's that? Must be like 300-year-old urine smell.
Okay, ammonia last then, apparently.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And that's about it. It works shit. It's great.
Yeah. Ivory Coast improving yet?
You don't want a banana update. No, actually, everything's quite improved. Yeah.
Is it?
Well, I think it's either improved or I give less of a shit.
Yeah.
So I think
people's standards are dropping because they can't get cucumbers and tomatoes, so they'll buy any old shit now.
I think we're quite tired at work where we're covering for this guy, so I think we're just that'll probably be all right.
Still looks like banana. Tick.
Just a bit greener than there should be, or yellower. Yeah. So it turns out people who buy bananas are not that fussy.
No.
So that's good. That's good. So have you got any thanks this week?
Yes, mate, I got thanks to Right Stuff Reviews, to Jamie Irwin, Soundtrack Your Life, Keith Noakes, WTM, Mike and Oscar, Dan Bradley, Tim, and Forza Crowd.
Thank you very much for those retweets. I've got special thanks this week to Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Glyn, Shaun Panda Nicolson, Emirate Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity, Ben and Paul and Adam from FilmBusters, Ryan, Karim Helliwell, Dave Horrocks, and as I mentioned before, Eric, for being so concerned for my welfare. More concerned than people in this room. Promo, mate?
Cinema Recall is available everywhere you find great podcasts.
The hell was that?
It's our voice promo guy.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram under Cinema Recall Podcast and on Twitter at Cinema_Recall.
Vern, can we afford to have a voiceover guy?
We can't afford not to. He used to be a voice guy for movie trailers, but now he just follows me around and gives me movie trailer narration.
That's really sad.
What? Now we're giving him purpose in life. He now has a reason to go on.
Check out past episodes at cinemarecall.net. Promise it's fun!
There is our friends, Cinema Recall.
I was
knock,
concerned,
knock.
mate. Oh, who's there?
Oh, no, that's what they're doing. That's their episode.
Oh. Anyway, I was concerned. I just preferred Pinky to you. I'm ashamed that went that way
You
round.
just wanted me to turn up and it'd be like 3 times the size it was, and you could actually see it from behind me.
Yeah,
here.
I don't know. Never got formally
I
introduced.
probably would have painted a face on it, just so it looked like someone was poking out from behind my shoulder. But
Mate,
yeah.
knock. You like that one, didn't you? A bit of Anna Darmas.
That was when Anna Darmas, before she became famous. But I thought it was great. I liked sort of like that sort of schlock.
Yeah.
Crap.
It's a decent film. I've been trying to get Elmo to watch it for a little while.
It's probably not decent, but if you're of a certain age and a certain gender, it's probably a bit of fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more like it. But yeah, Cinema Recall doing knock.
Who's there?
So please listen to our friends, Cinema Recall. Go on then.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
It's going to be a bit of a to-do, I think, about this. So who got what and what was it?
It was Demolition Man, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
It was. So Kareem got a 0.
Oh, yeah, bless him. Is he not? I don't know. Why has he not watched Demolition Man?
He might have done. He just might not have got clues.
I thought he said it was a Stallone film that he hasn't. Another
He might have
Stallone
done.
film he hasn't seen.
He might have done. I can't remember, mate. Jill said she got 4.
Yeah, no, she did get 4.
But she did, in brackets, she might have got 5, but didn't want to steal Pinky's thunder.
That was a lie.
Right, okay.
Apparently. Yeah.
Right. LJ
Yeah.
got 4, despite getting it on the first clue.
Right.
Now he's being noble,
Yes.
mate. Yeah.
As I asked.
Yep.
Yep.
Glyn got a 5.
4.
Emma got a 5.
4.
Paul got a 5.
4.
Okay. So all got 4s.
They're all downgraded
Yeah.
because I did ask, and Luke was right. He said he did hear in the episode my joy in getting it right. So Luke, 6.
Okay.
Extra point.
Hey,
Extra point for Luke.
Jesus, what
Extra
the
point for Luke.
chances?
The first 6, and everyone else downgraded to a 4. I know it's your quiz.
I don't make up the rules, mate.
Exactly.
You're the
So-
scoring man.
Exactly. So
I'll do my bit, you do your bit.
Yeah, and
There we
I've
are.
done it. I've done it.
Okay.
I've drawn a line under it. So sorry about that. Not so.
Well done, Luke, though.
Yeah, well done, Luke. Well done, Luke. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Nobility goes a long way in
does.
this world. It does indeed. So what you got for us this week?
5 points then, mate. What's that film? Sometimes it takes a lot of wrong answers to get the right one.
Oh no, Pinky's gone.
I think these are all women quotes. No, apart from the last one. So that voice is a woman.
Oh, was it? That
Yeah.
was a woman, was
Yeah.
it? Oh, right, okay. Oh no, Pinky's gone. Pinky would have known that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, I don't know.
No, 4 points then, mate. What's that film? You can either choose to leave here and not graduate, or you can stay and put up with me. It may not be a choice you like, but you do have a choice. No.
Oh.
3 points. What's that film? What should I tell them? If they don't want to die, remember to knock?
Should I know this?
Dunno.
No, I don't
I
think so.
watched it in the week and I thought, that was a big film in its day. I ain't seen that for a while.
Right, you watched it. What the fuck did you?
What should I tell them? If they don't want to die, remember to knock? Any films where someone died if they didn't remember to knock?
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
2 points. What's the film? In my classroom, poetry is its own reward.
Oh, yeah, you've put me off now with the knock thing. No, I don't know.
Here's your kicker then, mate. Ready?
What?
For 1 point. What's that film? Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Have I seen it?
If you haven't, mate, we're doing homework.
I don't think I have.
Have you not?
I don't think so.
Ah. We'll find out later when we get to the also watched.
Damn it. Oh, I don't know. Pinky. It was.
R.I.P.
It was.
Pinky.
Damn it, he's gone.
Yeah.
That's no, I don't know, mate. No, I'm afraid I'm going to have to blank.
Okay.
Damn it.
Blanker.
Oh, I'm going to have to leave it open to all of those other people who have got pinky-like growths on their head that keep getting 5s every week. And so please, if you know what it is, please let us know via DM and how many you think you got. Sorry about that, mate.
That's all right.
Moving on.
Yeah.
This is... I saw a few questions. I still don't know when Easter is.
7th of April, mate.
Oh, is
I
it?
sent it over to you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
All right.
it was the 7th. It's in April.
Is it?
Yeah, it's ages away.
I think I was answering the... Because I saw it come in.
Yeah.
And I was writing the answers for it.
Yeah.
And I thought, I better ask Mark what the question is. It turned out something completely different.
Yeah, because it wasn't Easter.
No. So, mate, where can people send us questions?
They can send them via Twitter, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
And please do. So should we move on again?
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call...
Question time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
Right, so we did have a question.
Any reason for the old man whistle? You thought you was in the newsagent's queue waiting to pay for your paper in the morning or something?
I'm quite delirious at the moment. I'm losing track of where I
waiting
am.
to start jangling the change in your pocket.
I need something to just click me out of, like, I'm just zoning out, and all of a sudden I think I need something to click me back into reality.
Yeah.
So, mate, who's it from and what's it about?
It's from Karim, mate. He asked one. He says he assumes we've answered it. I'm sure we have, but I'm sure things change, and he wants to know our top 5 favourite car chase scenes.
Lovely. I don't remember what I did this morning, let alone anything else, so it doesn't really matter if we have or not.
Yeah.
What have you got then?
So, shall we do Kareem's with ours?
Oh, yeah, go
So
on.
Kareem's at 5, mate. It's the 7-Ups.
Right.
Yep. My number 5, mate. I saw it in a few of the lists. Don't know what it is. My number 5, mate, is just for Smokey and the Bandit, isn't it?
Is it?
Is it the whole film? Don't have to do scenes, do you? It is a car chase.
Right.
Great.
In the Bandit, eh? Okay, now I ain't seen that for a long
Parker
time.
old film, that.
Yeah, I
old.
suppose. Yeah. Be nice to sit down one day and watch all those.
Perhaps when we win the lottery.
Yeah, I suppose get a cinema going.
I'll text you. Steve, Smoking the Bandit Day? Question mark, question mark.
Are you in tomorrow's? 107 million tomorrow.
Is it?
I've already spent it. I have. Yeah. And so my number 5 is Extraction. It's quite a new one. I've gone for some that are a little bit different this time. Do you remember the camera angles in that bastard with the drone and all that?
Yeah.
That was fucking great. Well, I presume it was a drone. That's how they did it. Was it a drone?
I'm sure it was, mate, yeah.
I don't really know. You'd have to be good to drive it through there. I mean, maybe it was just like something that was fixed. But have you seen those drone drivers? Have you seen drone racing?
Amazing.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, great. I'd like to do
Mental.
it, but I'd be shit at it. Get disorientated.
Can't think that quick, mate.
No, you'd be puking up, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So, Extraction.
Good one, though, mate. Good one. I like that. So, Kareem's number 4, The Spy Who Loved Me. You'd know that one, mate. I've not seen that one.
No, it's right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
My number 4.
There's some good car chases in all the Bonds, aren't
Yeah.
there?
Although I think I wanted a Bond one, but I remember it being distinctly disappointing. The trailer sold it a lot better than the actual showed most of it.
Right.
My number 4, mate, is when John Wick gets his Mustang back
Right.
and then they start chasing him and stuff.
Right.
Great.
New John Wick soon, isn't it? 24th or something of March, something like that.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it is. End of March.
Is it that close? I thought it was later in the year for some reason,
I
but
think so.
excitement.
My number 4 is Drive. I watched it recently, and it's just Ryan Gosling. How cool he is when he's getting away from the bank robbery and the police and all that. I just imagine me in my electric Kia doing exactly the same thing, like sliding around corners and stuff. I suppose it'd be a bit more difficult.
I can imagine you being
front wheel drive,
him coming past, and you going, Alexa, put Ryan Gosling on my shit list.
Yeah, as I'm going.
So Kareem's number 3, mate, is The Town with the people carrier.
Okay.
Good film, that.
It is.
I think it might be Elmo's favourite film.
Long.
Yeah.
And I heard a clip from it actually today, and Ben Affleck's accent, it's a bit shitty.
Yeah.
I think his Brooklyn accent.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit pooey when I heard it today.
Bring the car.
Coffee.
My number 3, mate, Tenet, the backwards cars.
Oh, right, yeah.
Great.
You got that.
I did piss on it, didn't I? Didn't even have to try.
I forgot. I keep forgetting about that. It's a shame, really, that I just don't think I can watch it again.
Okay.
It is a shame. My number 3, is it?
Yeah.
Death Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stuntman Mike.
Yeah.
Getting his comeuppance. I didn't really like it when he cried at the end.
No.
I thought that was a bit
much
weird.
better film than I expected. That disappointing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was all right though, wasn't it? Yeah, it's good, isn't it? The old car chase.
Yeah. So Kareem's number 2, The Driver.
Right. I think is that not? I don't know.
I mean, I should have researched these.
No, it's based on a game, isn't it? A video game. Is that Driver? I don't know. Don't know if I've got the right
I should have done at least 5 minutes of research, but mental this week. Mental.
And my number 2.
Oh, I ain't done my number 2 yet.
Go on then.
Jesus. Well, you can do yours if you want to jump the queue.
Do it.
My number 2, mate, is The Sweeney.
All right. What, the one on the island?
I just remember it particularly well because I think Top Gear fucked about of it and was over there helping them out. And it was just over the island and you could see all the roads we drive down.
I mean, yeah, people say over the island. It was on the Isle of Sheppey, which is... it's a few miles away from us. It was filmed over there, wasn't it? Over the King's
I could throw a stone to it from here.
Yeah. I doubt it, the way you throw.
Underarm.
You couldn't get it to the other side of the shed. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, interesting. It was a trailer park, was it?
It was in one of the caravan parks, but they was going all down the back roads where I drive occasionally.
Yeah.
When I'm driving down, I'm like, pretend I'm in the Sweeney.
What,
in the Mini.
The Swift?
In the Mini.
My number 2 is The French Connection.
Okay.
And there was at least one unscripted collision with another stunt vehicle, William Friedkin's guerrilla filmmaking, and it was quoted as saying that he got lucky as no one got seriously hurt.
Okay.
But I don't think you've seen it yet, have you?
No, I do remember there being an interesting fact about it being a clip in a film.
Yeah, it was, can't remember what one we saw. Anyway, it was in fucking one.
I'm going to say Home Alone or something like that.
Or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, French Connection. There's a great car chase.
Okay. That it?
Yeah.
It's great. Cool. Kareem's number 1, mate. Gone in 60 Seconds, brackets original.
Right.
I've got the original, but I must have seen it because it's out of cellophane. But I can't remember. I particularly remember the Nick Cage version.
You sure it wasn't a thrift store buy? Is that why it's out of its cellophane?
No. I remember specifically buying it off of a well-known auction website, brand new, and realising it was the wrong one.
Right.
So yeah.
The wrong one?
The wrong one.
Or just a different one?
The original one.
Right.
It wasn't the one I was looking for.
All right.
I'm sure it's out the cellophane, so I must have watched it, but I'll have to revisit that. My number 1, mate, is Mad Max Fury Road. More of a lorry chase than a car chase, but there's cars chasing lorries.
Right.
So I suppose car chase lorries, it works for me.
Well, I mean, I've got mine at the end. Mine's a lorry chasing car.
Oh.
It's Gill, 1971.
Yeah.
See, as a road rager myself, it does hit a nerve. You know what I mean?
Are you finding the shit list is helping you? Because you can just think, oh, you're going to go on the shit list.
Yeah, I suppose the shit list has lost its a little bit of momentum because nothing really comes of it. You know, if I know that I'm going to keep a shit list, and then maybe if I do win the lottery, I can systematically get rid of these people professionally, like with a hitman or something, then it sort of adds a bit of sort of sustenance to the shit list.
Perhaps
at the moment, it's just a list of people that have irritated me, and it pisses me off listening to it all the time.
Perhaps we could do it, then I could do the tweets every week. So we have like the retweet, it's a special thanks, and we could put the shit list,
we can, yeah.
people on the shit list, and we could tag them in it.
Yeah, could do.
Oi, mate, what's your Twitter handle? You're going on my shit list.
I do think about like moaning about people and that, but then I just think, knowing my luck, it's going to be someone's going to come hunting for me, and then I don't want to get review bombed on MovieDrone, you know, because like you moan about it on social media, and then you just get like people, if they can be bothered, can actually be bastards, can't they?
Well, I've stopped asking people where your parcels are on our messages then.
I had one today. DVD just didn't come to the fucking door. Yeah. Like, I was sat in for a parcel.
Excuse me, where's my parcel?
They didn't turn up. So I was on the chat to an advisor. Jill said, "What you been doing today? Do you have a sleep?" I went, "No, I spent an hour and a half trying to fucking piss DVD off." Yeah. And she said, "That's a waste of time, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, right. It was." There you go. So that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Thank you very much, Karim, for the question.
Yeah, I will have a proper look through and find out about yours. Might watch them on YouTube or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
We saw a film.
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. It's a 15, 1 hour, 57 minutes, billed as a drama with a synopsis of a reclusive, morbidly obese English teacher attempts to reconnect with his estranged teenage daughter. $10 million budget, so far grossing 28.5.
This is directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, Hong Chow, Ty Simpkins and Samantha Morton.
This was 2022's The Whale.
Clip.
I know these rules can feel constraining, but remember, the point of this course is to learn how to write clearly and persuasively. Think about that. Think about the truth of your argument. You're an amazing person, Ellie. I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
Wow. There we go.
I'll say that probably 3 times a day.
I'll say that about you even more. So there we go. A24. Didn't realise it was an A24 film. It's good, isn't it? I don't know why I had A24 down as being like, like horror film sort of thing. I didn't realise that they were going to branch out. Very interesting. So, mate, what did you think of 2023's for us, The Whale?
Personally, mate, I really, really liked it. I thought it was a beautiful film. I've got a slight issue with one of the characters, which was one of my predictions for you from last week. We'll see what you think of that. I'm not going to name and shame just yet. I think it's one of the best performances I think I've ever seen. And it makes me wonder whether it's a great film or a film made great by a performance. And so far, I'm a little bit undecided. Going to see how this is going to go. I've got 2 scores. I'm gonna decide what way I'll bounce towards the end. How about you, mate?
Well, I mean, Darren Aronofsky, it's not his normal type of film, is it?
A lot more subtle.
Maybe until the last scene. It's like that very, very last scene was a bit sort of...
But he's normally balls deep, isn't he?
Yeah, right. A lot of religious connotations and all that quite often. This hasn't gone down well across the board. I think that what you've just said is what a lot of people are saying.
Okay.
It's a fantastic performance in an otherwise shit film. And some people, like the Irish Times, they give it 1 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, said it was an awful film. And a lot of people are saying it's the only good thing about it is the performance by Brendan Fraser, being quoted as not as good as its acting performance's parts.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not as good as the parts altogether. I don't fully agree. I thought I'd go to sleep, as I said, but his performance, I mean, it makes it as hard to watch as it is to look away. I don't think I could have fallen asleep on this one. I think his performance is so captivating. And I can understand why people or critics mainly don't like it. The critics don't. The people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, basically, its main point seems to be sticking a camera in front of Brendan Fraser in a fat suit and asking us to pity him or find sympathy for him. And you can understand why people don't like that.
To a point, mate, to a point. But, I mean, LJ, for example, didn't buy Fraser. He says his biggest thing with it, he couldn't see past it being Brendan Fraser in a fat suit.
Oh, really?
He said he would have preferred it if it was an unknown.
All right.
But for me, it's a return from a man. I mean, the missus, we was driving to watch this. She went, yeah, he's a shit actor though, isn't he? I was like, Well, he's not though, is he? Well, yeah, he was only in like The Mummy and that. And I started trying to name some more he was in. We got through a few and she went, yeah, he's a bit shit. By the time we had come out, she was like, well, that was a bit special, wasn't it?
I mean, you get worried, don't you? You worry about whether the nominations for people at award ceremonies are for their performances or for past performances that they were overlooked for or for things that have happened for them.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't want it to be a pity nomination.
Like,
I think,
was it Scorsese when he won his...
Yeah, and you get Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I mean, he went through a lot for The Revenant. Was it his best performance? I don't know. Debatable. A lot of people said that he should have got Oscars before that. But I don't know. I mean, Brendan Fraser's had issues, certainly, outside of his performances that would, you could almost say people would, it would be like an apologetic sort of thing.
Yeah.
But truthfully, I think this was an amazing performance and I think it deserves all the accolades and I hope he wins it, and I hope that people do agree that it was a good performance.
Amazing performance, mate. I mean, for me, I loved actually just being with him. I was quite happy, weirdly happier on my own with him.
Right.
When there was too many people there. When it was just him and Hong Chow, I thought their relationship, I mean, she was great, but I thought their relationship was lovely to watch. There wasn't a huge amount of laughs in this film. But I thought their relationship gave some of the lighter-hearted bits, but especially one where they the first time he laughed that I'd seen him and he was joyous in it and she was ribbing him. I thought that acting was as great as his despair and just seeing a bit of ray of sunlight in him.
I did think that she was good as well. I think she's got a supporting actress nod.
Seems to have come out of nowhere, didn't she? I mean, I looked up some other bits she was on. I remember seeing her in the menu, but for me, she's not done a lot. And then suddenly she's in the menu, she's in this.
Yeah.
Not massive, great, necessarily blockbuster films, but she's cropping up a lot, and I think she's really good.
Yeah, I just thought that the concern that she had for Charlie just looked real.
And when it was explained later, it made more sense.
Yeah. There was a lot of different bits to the film. There was a lot of different sort of stories about obviously his marriage breaking down, his daughter, and then obviously sexuality. And then you're right, it had the joining up with her, 'cause it was her brother, and the church bit and all that. So there was a lot of different things going on. But
yeah, just what I've got, it tackles a lot of social issues head on. Because there's even an amount of homophobia in it. You've obviously got the obesity. You got effect on kids from broken marriages.
Yeah,
it generally gets forgotten.
Yeah,
and how kids react to that situation of feeling rejected and all them sort of bits. And actually, there's a lot of bits in here. There's a lot of little subtle bits. The marriage breakdown and that effect it had on him and the woman and the wife.
Yeah,
and even from, I mean, the church bit. I'll be honest. The Bible dude was probably excess to requirements after the first couple of scenes.
Yeah,
he did an all right job. I don't know why he kept hanging about. I could have done. I like the way it sort of was brought in, and I think he could have been warned off. I don't think he needed to be there for this big bit of redemption at the end.
No, I saw it as a way that they were explaining around the church, and it gave us a link into what had happened to his boyfriend and things. You're right. The character was given sort of a way out that he took, but it was probably a bit too.
I just don't think it was necessarily a commentary we needed.
No. But I didn't think the film suffered too much.
No.
There were some bits that I did enjoy. Yeah. Thomas with Charlie.
Yeah.
So not all bad.
No. Like I say, I think first, maybe into second act, I was quite happy with him being there. It was for me when it just started getting a little bit thingy towards the end.
Yeah.
I felt he'd run his course.
Right. I did find the daughter quite annoying.
Yep. Thank you. Prediction. I win.
I mean, if you were in her situation, then you would have every right to be angry and upset. But she was, given that we only had like 45 minutes to an hour with her, to try and understand what her character was going through, her shouting was a bit much. It's difficult to sort of say what that character would have been like in a real life situation. However, I felt her shouting for me was just a little bit much in the short amount of period that we had. If it was like a 2-hour film, she was in it for hour and 55 minutes, you might have got to see something different, but I just didn't see enough different. It just seemed very loud. I'd
agree, and I really like Sadie Sink. I like her from Stranger Things. She's Max in Stranger Things. Obviously, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't know. And I really like her as an actress, but I just found the whole teenage angst, anger, probably a bit too much.
I think, was it because Charlie was so softly spoken and so considerate and so understanding and obviously just trying to calm. He wasn't getting angry and sort of shouting back. And I think that was because his general demeanour was quite soft. And I think it just amplified what she was doing.
Yeah, don't worry. I agree with you. I get the anger and I get the being held against him. But as you say, you can show anger and that hatred in different ways than just shouting.
Yeah, it was just sort of shouting and
it was a bit one-dimensional.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I'm not sure if it's sort of like the writing only gave her that, i.e. in every sort of scene, it was like she shouts and then goes to leave the room, and it did feel one-dimensional. You're right. Samantha Morton, I do like her. I do like her. The accent took me out of it. I didn't think that was very good. But as an actress, I do like her. Yeah, just the accent. I don't know what was going on there. I don't know. It
was fine.
I don't know.
Not the accent, the performance. I thought was fine.
Yeah, she wasn't in it for that long, but the accent just was not right. Just did not feel right to me. And unfortunately, it sort of did downgrade some of those scenes that she was in.
I mean, I don't know about for you, mate, because being the man of ice that you are, but for me, it stirred a lot of emotion. I sort of went things of pity. I had some sadness. I had empathy. I had anger. They was all there in different ways, and I almost felt guilty for feeling some of them because you see him so unhappy, gorging himself, and you can't help but feel anger towards him because he's such a nice guy.
Yeah,
but then when he breaks and realises a thing, then your anger turns to empathy, and you're sad and you pity him. And it's such a hard. I mean, we're all capable of judging people, and we all do it probably more than we want. And you don't know what people have been through. You don't know why they like it, but you can't help but get. And it was so good at stirring those.
Yeah, I mean, he's given up on his body. He's not unhappy because he's fat. He's fat because he's unhappy.
Yeah.
And while we was watching the film, I was saying to Jill, like, it just, when you get to a certain point, the road back is so difficult. And I do have every respect for people who do. And I know that we put it on TV and all that, we have these, like, whatever they're called, reality
Secret
programs.
Eaters
reality programs. And we sort of do put it on there. But the struggle that someone like that would have actually got to get back into shape or whatever, or get healthy again, you can understand why you would give up at that sort of... I mean, the scenes of him sort of like trying to stand up and trying to walk and things.
Yeah.
It was just crazy. It was a bit... I mean... The bit that actually sort of got to me was the fact that he is apologising all the time.
Yeah.
And when you've actually got to a point, I suppose, where every other word that comes out of your mouth is sorry, you could see why Liz was getting upset. You know, she didn't want him to be sorry. She wanted him to do something about it. But he was just at the point. I mean, you can't imagine being at that point.
Well, you've also got that thing of being a burden, hasn't you?
Exactly.
Like you can't do anything on your own. You require this, and you're almost making it worse. I mean, we had the bit with the money as well, where he was just saving for his daughter, and she had been through. So you almost had that anger towards him that he hadn't helped his friend out, who was giving so much up to help him out. But he was such a lovely man. He was trying to help his daughter out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to. I can't compare myself to him, but there's things where. I get to, I mean, I'm not fat. I eat a lot of shit. But I'll open a pack of Haribo and I'll think, I'll just have a handful of them. I'll just have another couple and I'll just have a few more. And the bag's gone. I mean, you can't help. But self-control I don't got. Right. I'm just lucky that I can eat what I like and nothing happens. So I can imagine how easy it must be to slip into that. when actually it's a long road back, isn't it? If he'd have suddenly turned around and gone, you know what? I'm going to get fit.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's
almost
a
impossible
long
as
road.
where he was. Yeah, almost impossible.
Which is a strange film to take on because there's almost never going to be a redemption, is there?
No, I mean, I think that it was quite obvious from the start that it was never going to be sort of like the happy ending. You was never going to see him in 2 years' time sitting there on a sofa.
No, but we had,
skinny.
what was the one I gave? Was it Gilbert Grape I gave you with the mum? And we thought she was obese and we thought she was going to do the thing where she got better and she was walking up the stairs, but it turned out she just walked up and then they burnt her in the house. It's like, it's that weird thing, isn't it? It's when's too far. Be an interesting one.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, there's the binge eating scene was just crazy, you know.
It stirred, for me, it stirred so many emotions.
Of Haribo's.
Well, no, just of anger and pity, because I literally went from anger at him doing it to him breaking down and just looking so weak and shit about himself.
Sweaty.
And then suddenly you're just like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is, I mean, I'm so sad that the delivery man turned out to be a dickhead and all. I thought that was going to be a nice little kind of friendship.
Yeah.
And they could actually have a chat, and he almost met someone and he just turned out to be a dick as well.
Yeah, I mean, most people in this.
I thought that was a weird way to go with it. Yeah, but I mean, I've seen a lot of that. They don't repulse me.
No,
I don't know whether it's a bit of an old-fashioned view.
I mean, but the whole scenery and everything, the whole house and the whole everything was sort of made towards seeing him as repulsive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like he lived in a prim and proper place and all that, and like, you know what I mean, he had someone. It was like there was shit everywhere and that. When it wasn't filthy, but
No.
you know, the whole. Probably, I mean, most of it was a single room set anyway.
It
wasn't
was.
You know?
Yeah.
And that whole place was, and the fact they'd done it in 4:3 as well to make the idea behind it apparently was to make him feel each scene.
Okay.
To give you an idea of how big he was, to make him sort of like feel the whole of the screen when he was on it. And I think they did a great job.
Weirdly though, I never felt repulsed through it. I just wanted to sit down with him and write an essay.
No, I never did.
I was
mean,
like, mate, I
say-
want to sit with you. I want to have a chat. He was such a good character, amazing character, and I wanted to get him to mark an essay I wrote. It could be so much fun. We could write an essay together. He could mark it. He could teach me some English shit. It would have been brilliant. Such a nice bloke.
I mean,
one of the best film characters, I think, for a long time. Honestly, I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, he was. Up to 6 hours a day and £300 of prosthetics. 6 hours a day.
Which makes you wonder if some of that getting up acting wasn't acting, was it?
No,
When
no,
they say,
no.
right, there you go, stand up then.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
must be a good representation of what it would be like.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably real sweat with all that on because he was sweaty, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The attention to detail on like the fat fingers and that,
Yeah.
I thought was good.
Yeah.
Whether or not they did it on CGI or prosthetics or whatever, it did certainly do a good job there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a proper person to really critique it. I can only say whether I like it or not. I'm not really in that sort of vein where I'm just concentrating on his performance. I thought the film was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the end got me.
Did it?
Yeah.
What, the Darren Aronofskyism bit?
Yeah, just when I realised he was gone, I just sat there. I couldn't help it. She's like, come on, let's get to the car.
I think you dropped here. Did you drop here?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I just,
Fucking hell, Mark.
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think he was a bit too close to home from recent events, if I'm honest.
Right.
I just found it all a little bit sad.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to laugh. I mean, I don't mean to
So
laugh.
it's uncomfortable breach laughter. It's fine, mate.
Yeah, I ain't got much more to say about it. I should have much more to say about it. I'm pretty sure I could stand there and sit and chat about it, but you know, we've got lives.
Yeah.
So
Have we?
oh yeah,
Jesus.
sleep.
Newsflash.
Sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you got a score? Do you want to say anything more about it?
No, I'm gonna go for near the top end of where I was heading, but a little bit down from where I started on my top score. I've got 82.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 86.
Okay.
I did like it.
Yeah.
I really did. It probably is Brendan Fraser's performance. There's things I didn't like. Samantha Morton when she was on screen, like I say, the accent. The daughter I didn't really like. However, I understood it more than probably some other people.
Yes, yeah.
From
I feel tight now, mate. I feel tight. I had 88 on my big top score.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fucked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I feel a bit tight.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay. But it is down to his performance. Listen, I mean, give the guy the Oscar.
Oh, easy.
For that.
It's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. Not.
I'll be whoop. I might even start up and watch it, and I'll probably whoop. I didn't half whoop the other day at the BAFTAs when Barry Keoghan got his.
What was it?
Well, I always said
Barry Keoghan?
I always said it was Barry Keogh, but apparently it's Barry Keoghan or something. Keoghan.
Right.
But I whooped.
Did you?
Whooped when he got his. It was great. I was like, yes. I was halfway through doing yoga.
Great. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Have you watched anything else?
Yes, mate. Just the one. Just the one. Dangerous Minds. I watched.
No.
Never seen it.
Don't think so.
Oh, mate.
Don't know what it is.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Don't think so.
Oh, I'm so gutted. I've given you something else for homework this week. Okay. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Okay. Fuck, that's a shit film for fucking what's that?
What, Donkey Kong?
No, fucking what's that?
What,
film?
Dangerous Minds?
Yeah, no
What do you
one's going
think?
to seen that. It's like one person who's going to come back and say,
Well, you're going to love it.
okay. So, I haven't watched anything, mate. Honestly, I'm struggling. Jill wants to see Magic Mike's last dance or something. I probably won't watch that, but, we'll see.
Be a tough one,
see
maybe,
what
you'll manage.
Moving on.
Yes, mate.
This is next section. This is a section of after school homework. So this is a section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. Me to you this week, I gave you a 2022 film directed by Sam Mendes, starring Olivia Colman, Michael Ward, Monica Dolan, Tom Brooke, Tanya Moody, Hannah Onslow, Colin Firth. Running time of 113 minutes. I haven't got a budget, but $5.6 million. At the box office, 6.6 on IMDb, 44% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a synopsis of the duty manager of a seaside cinema who is struggling with her mental health forms a relationship with a new employee on the south coast of England in the 1980s. I gave you 2022's Empire of Light.
You did, mate. I really enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. More than the missus did. She didn't dislike it, but I think I liked it a bit more. I thought it was shot beautifully. I thought he had some really good characters in it. And it was nice because I don't feel like it didn't concentrate on just one objective. Mm-hmm. It was pinging around all over the place, and it was like lots of different stories centred around one, which was quite nice. I love spotting bits of Margit. That was good. I think that helped, though. I did wonder, without that familiarity, and I suppose we'd call it nostalgia, I suppose, whether it would have quite the effect it did. And if I was an American sitting watching it, would I think this is as good? I don't think I would, if I'm honest. I'm not entirely sure, mate. I'm comfortable with hearing Colin Firth say, "Come on, suck me off," or "I love your ass in my hands." There were points. I mean, this
Would you not want to hear that?
He's like Paddington and stuff, and he's in Paddington and things like that. And Love Actually, yeah, it didn't sit right with me. I'm not going to lie. Felt a bit uncomfortable. It's that.
Do you like the hand job?
Yeah, it was a bit uncomfy, wasn't it?
She's great, though.
She is, mate. She is great. I mean, she's terrific in anything she's in. I'm not convinced it matched the film, though, but it was another great one. I don't personally think the story of mental illness was particularly well played out, in my opinion.
What?
I mean, I assume we were hinting towards what we would now call bipolar, but I think I've seen it better in other films.
Right.
I think
it wasn't really around, though. It wasn't. A lot of these labels didn't exist in the 80s.
This is why I can only assume it's that just with her mood lifts and bits,
yeah,
and drops. I mean, she probably sells it. Don't get me wrong, I just think I've seen better approaches at it.
Do you think you concentrated on that more because it's in the synopsis?
No, I didn't actually badly know anything about it.
Right.
I know you read me the synopsis out.
Right.
I didn't expect it from it. I don't know what I was expecting. The missus asked me what it's about, and I went, "Yep, it's one that was in Margate about a cinema." I hadn't seen a lot about it,
Right.
And I think I totally forgot your synopsis.
Right.
Weren't till I re-listened to last week's episode after I'd watched it and thought, yeah,
Right.
'cause that was going to be one of my points. My favourite character, mate, was Toby Jones, if I'm honest.
Right.
I think they could have done the film without him quite happily. I don't think he particularly needed to be in it. I don't think there would have been a lot of difference if he weren't. But he brought magic to it. For me, I thought he was great. The passion and his character's complexity. And I learned some shit again. It was another one of them like ode to cinema jobbies. Now, like we've had The Fablemans, we've had Babylon. This was another one of them, I think. Miles has said at work, perhaps they was trying to sort of drum into us during COVID, this is what we missed. And
Right.
trying to get that passion back in. I didn't know they had two projectors. I didn't know they have to flick across.
Right.
I thought they had an intermission where they pretended you won something on the ticket number and things like that.
I mean,
but
we used to
actually
do
they was
some.
backstage pulling out reels and shit. Michael Ward was good. I loved his character and the way he held himself. Sorry state of the old UK black history there, isn't it? We hear a lot about American black history, but not so much British unless we go back to slavery and bits like that. I thought it felt new to me. I have seen bits like this, but actually, I don't know whether Margate back then was a bit of a liberal town, but the fact there wasn't really a fuss of him working there by any of the staff. It wasn't an issue.
You had that bloke who...
You had the old school customer who's a bit of a knob, but generally there wasn't, and I without knowing too much about it, but it felt nice.
Yeah.
And then those bits coming in added to an effect, which was good.
Well, the seaside towns attracted a lot of the, not what are we going to say, the groups, didn't it? So like you had obviously the mods and the rockers and all that at Brighton and things, and then obviously the skinheads sort of as a sort of branch off from them, which were the more racist group. But yeah, they was attracted to the seaside towns, weren't they? Yeah. They loved the sand on their toes.
Yeah, my old mucker worked on this film, didn't he? Yeah. And he said when I was filming that scene, they sort of said to him, smash at the windows a bit, but don't go too much. And someone went a bit too much and smashed the window and cut themselves, had to go to the hospital.
Margate Hospital, probably a bit of a poo hole as well.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I found it nice that this film engrossed me for the entire period. I didn't want to take my eyes off it, but I can't really put my finger on why, because not really a huge amount happens.
Cinema was cool.
It was beautiful. Apparently he was showing me some pictures of when they went in there, and that top room is actually all there, and that piano was left, that wasn't staging, it was just there.
All right.
Which I thought was great.
It's cool, yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it? It was a bit like our old cinema.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know what I mean? It was like without all the, obviously the seagull shit and all that.
Yeah.
But you know, that old cinema that we used to go to was the same sort of like period and that, wasn't it? You know, and like, it's got all those sorts of features, but shut down now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to win the lottery and open a proper old retro cinema like that.
Would you?
Yeah,
Would you take on New Century down the road and restore it to its former glory?
I'd love to, if it weren't surrounded by dickheads. But I think there is a market in the right area for something like this, and I think it would be lovely to do. I wouldn't be selling Maltesers for 20p a box, though. I was like, bargain, 20p.
There's some around. There's like one in Whitstable and all that.
It's a long way though, mate, isn't it?
Things. No, if you won the lottery, you get someone to carry you on horseback.
Yeah, I suppose. He did. Again, my old mucker did all the rain on this.
Oh, right.
So any of the wet bits he did. And he said he met Coleman, she was lovely.
Right.
Met Michael Ward, he was really nice. Met Sam Mendes, he's a cock.
Is he?
Was his, asked him if I could quote him. Yeah, he said, he's a bit of a cock, was his thing. But everyone else was really nice. Apparently he also had divers on standby. You know when they was doing the rock scene where they was just by the rock pool? Right. Actually, he said I had two blokes dressed up in waders and full gear just in case they went in.
Right.
I mean, didn't look that risky, did it, I suppose? I just think it's sad to think that building's sitting like it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing.
Hopefully it gets a good... I mean, they built an actual replica of the reception, or like the reception bit next door.
Right.
So you see some bits when they're in that nice bit, that is the setting. Right. But when they actually go into the theatre and that, it is the real one. But it's amazing. I think I can see why this hasn't done amazingly, though. As I said, like without the knowledge of the local area and the excitement that brought me, I think it is a bit bland. It's nice. It's nice but bland. Like an Arctic roll. You know, where you go, yeah, it's all right. It's a bit bland, though, isn't it? Needs a bit of chocolate sauce or something nice, a compote. Right. Something. Mr. Eric from WTM did ask us a question about this, though. And he's questioning the realism of Olivia Colman. Right. As a man-eating machine, shall we say. He said the last couple of films, she's been a bit of a man-eater. Right. And do we buy it? Because he's saying, could you really put her as, say, towards someone like Glenn Close? He said, what I think he's saying is, do us men find her attractive in these roles? And I said, for me, I can't help but feel perhaps she was a bit miscast in this. Right. Amazing performance. I think she is a true legend of our cinema. Right. And I think she's amazing in it. But did you buy the story of her and this young man?
Well, I don't. I mean, the young man made a few of the moves, didn't he? You know, it wasn't like she was like all over him.
Well, he had to, because that was what was written in the script.
Yeah, but she felt, like I say, I mean, she found him intriguing, didn't she?
Not my question, mate. It's WTM.
No, I know. I mean, what is the question? Do we think Olivia Colman is a sex object?
Sex symbol, I suppose, throughout.
Not really.
No.
I don't think she's like. I don't know.
I think he was less...
like a nice auntie.
Yeah, exactly. Which I tend to agree. Like, stuff like The Father, I thought she was fantastic in. Yeah. And I think their thing is, do you not think there was someone who would have been better suited in this role to undertake? I mean, I come up with them with Rachel Weisz, Kate Beckinsale, Emily Blunt, someone like that, who's middle-aged.
I mean, you've just gone for people who are seen as more attractive in today's society.
I don't think I have. No, I don't think.
Kate Beckinsale?
Oh, I mean, Kate Beckinsale is lovely, but we go in, I mean, like they mentioned, Olivia Colman looks 10 years older probably than she is. But was she cast correctly in the film? I'm not trying to sound misogynistic and shit. It's just, is it a believable thing?
I mean, I believed it. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did. If other people didn't, I mean, I can totally see it. I did see it as like this person who was like, you know, like an auntie figure, like I say. But people are attracted to that. Let's do to vulnerability.
Well, let's do the equal thing then, mate. Let's say it was an older man and a younger lady. Right. Would people feel as comfortable?
It depends whether we are talking
If this was Colin Firth getting on someone like Florence Pugh.
But we're talking about it from the year 2023, when this was a film that was made in the 80s. So the 80s was a different thing. A lot of people looked different. There was a different view of beauty in the 80s. Yeah. And if you are saying that, or if you are making a film about the 80s, then why not use the people who were seen as being like that? You know, I don't know. It's difficult to explain. As a period piece, it works. Yeah. If you look at it from a point of 2023, then possibly not. And the different.
I mean, I just think like everyone's jumping on Leonardo DiCaprio at the moment with this whole, we won't date anyone over the age of 21 or 25, whatever it is. Right. And everyone's finding it. And that's sort of, I look at them in that same age bracket and just think, well, actually, does it fit the film? It probably does. I'm just probably looking into it too deeply.
If you break it down into the film of when I was at school, there was one black person in the whole school, and pretty much any in the whole town. He was called AO, quite a nice bloke, but he was the only person. Yeah. And when you actually break it down as to does this film work, well, if you look at the characters and what they would have been going through, and the fact that he was looking for someone who was friendly or whatever, that's where they find the beauty, not in what they look like. Yeah. And she was obviously I mean, she was giving hand jobs and that to her boss. You know what I mean? She was looking for something as well, and I think you need to look at it in a
perhaps a more
as a period piece, as a period piece, rather than that.
Interesting. No, that's fine, mate. Part of me just wonders whether she was a bit miscast in it, but I still think she was fucking great, and I still think she's wonderful, and she can't do a lot wrong, can she?
No.
Anything she touches is great, but I did wonder whether this was Sam Mendes's thing of thinking, do I just get her on board because this will get an Oscar?
Right, I don't know.
Did he try and buy the Oscar? I don't know. For me, mate, it's just sneaked in at 70.
Okay, still a good score.
Yes, a decent score. I did enjoy it. I was quite happy, but I do wonder what it can offer people who don't live down the road from Margate.
Or lived in the 80s.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, then. So, interesting, mate. Interesting. So what have you got for me next week?
Well, hopefully, mate, we can have a deeper discussion about this one. It's currently 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb as a 12A, 1 hour 52, billed as a comedy, music, romance. With a synopsis of Becca, a freshman at Barden University, is cajoled into joining the Bellas, her high school's all-girls singing group, injecting some much-needed energy into their repertoire. The Bellas take on their male rivals in a campus competition, starring Anna Kendrick, Britney Snow and Rebel Wilson. $17 million budget, grossing $116 million. 2012's Pitch Perfect.
What's the lowest score that we've ever given that?
I think you've given something 3 before.
Okay, interesting. Okay. I suppose it had to come up. I mean, I don't know why you get so excited about things like that.
We could do an a cappella thing next week.
It's not a cappella, is it?
No, it's full on.
It's not like barbershop.
No.
If it's fucking like barbershop, then fucking you've had it. Okay, I'll watch it and I'll talk about it.
Cool.
So what are we watching next week?
Infinity Pool.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting on that one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
I might have already watched it, mate. I'm looking forward to next week.
I don't know a lot about it. So
Infinity Pool and Pitch Perfect. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, the poster that you put up on Twitter is going to be fucking great, isn't it?
Yes. So like this week's such a strong week when I'm putting The Whale and Empire Light, and next week's going to be Infinity Pool and Pitch Perfect.
So there we go. So, mate, do you want to reiterate how people can get us on social media?
Yes, mate. You can get us via Twitter, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Cool and the gang. I don't know what I was going to say there. Oh, dear. Okay, I was going to say, what is it you say, that cool beans thing? And I thought, no, I don't want to be that sort of wanker. I'm going to say something better. Gang. Yeah, something a bit better. Something definitely better. You done?
I'm done, mate, yeah.
Okay. Enjoyed that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a bit, actually, yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good for you. Good for you. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening and sticking till the end of this one.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm done.
Yeah.
Do you want to say goodbye, Mark?
Goodbye, Mark.
See you later, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, mate, I was up in a shop in Yorkshire in the week. I know it's hard to believe, but I was. I went in there and I asked where I could find towels. They gave me directions to a bird sanctuary.
That's not going to travel, that one.
I mean, they can Google that one.
Google,
towels.
Google what, the joke?
Towels.
God's sake.
Oh, I liked it.
It was me to you this week. I gave you a 2000...
You made me laugh.
Finished?
Yeah.